Alright, so I just want to briefly go through how to build a monument. A lot of you guys are going to just really take to this like a duck to water. Some are going to need this direct instruction. So just kind of scrolling through, showing you some of the things that other students have done here, how they've built theirs. Now this one was done, and it is really quite spectacular. So I wanted to load this up and show it to you. Alright, so this one is the temple to Nike. It was built by the original was built by the Romans. Obviously this was a recreation by one of my students. It's got a lot of great detail work here. And those stairs were just made by taking one of the boxes there, stretching it out, squishing it down. The stars were used, though they're actually stars here that they just set on top of those decorations. The boxes on the side were just stacked boxes. The middle part was the squished boxes. Here, I'm going to unmerge some of these so you can see. So you can see that the roof is a half sphere, so that's how they made that dome. The columns are cylinders that are just stretched out. The tops of the bottoms of the columns are just boxes that were made smaller and then squished and put on top and bottom. So you can see how just using these basic shapes, these basic forms over here, the students were able to create this entire model of the ancient monument. And the reason why we're doing ancient monuments is because most of the ancient monuments were from basic forms, because these were all built by hand with very, very simple machines. So you do have these very basic forms. Even the decoration, the star on top, was made with these basic forms. So I'm going to exit out of this and show you guys how I would make one of the ancient monuments. And I'm just going to do a simple one. I'm going to do the Acropolis from Greece. So I start with the box and I stretch it out. And I just stretch it out, but I want it to be precise. So I am going to touch one of those white corners. One of those little white boxes shows up. And then those numbers on the side show up, and that tells you how long and short it is. So I'm going to make it 140 millimeters long, and I'm going to make it 100 millimeters across, wide. And I just do that by touching the number, and then I can type in the measurements that I want. Don't worry about it being too big for my 3D printer, because I can just scale it down for my printer. That top button there just squishes it flatter, so now it's a nice flat slab, which is what the Acropolis sits on. Then it has a whole bunch of columns, which I can use a cylinder to make a column. Again, I don't want to freehand this because I can end up with an oval like that. So I want to very specifically scale down my cylinder. So again, I touch the numbers and I type in exactly how big I want that cylinder to be. In this case, I want it to be 10 by 10. So I just touch each one of those measurements and type in 10 by 10. And then the top square there, to make it bigger, I want it specific. So I'm going to have it be 60. So it gives it that nice proportion. Then I'm going to drag that in place. Now I'm going to use the copy button up here at the top, on the top left hand side next to the trash can. You guys can see that it has that copy button there. Alright, so I touch the copy button next to the trash can there, and then that copies it right in place. So I drag it over to the side. Now what's cool is when I touch the copy button again, it's going to copy it in the same direction that the first one went. So copy, 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 copy. Now it's the same distance apart, but it didn't go in a straight line like I thought it would, because I must have been off. So I'm going to select all of them just by touching one right after the other, and I go to the alignment button on the right hand side, Get it so I can see the dots, and I'm going to push that middle dot to line them up in a nice neat row. Merge them together with the merge button, and that way I can drag all of them over to the edge there. Then I'm going to unmerge it just so that I can grab one of those columns to copy it again to go down the width of the Acropolis. So unmerge, grab one of those, copy it, drag it to where I want it to go, and then hit copy, 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 copy. And again, it copied it the same distance apart, but not quite in the line I wanted, so I select all of them, do the alignment, merge it, scooch it over. So as you can see, I'm just building these as if I had an infinite tub of blocks, right? These are just like building with building blocks, only on the computer. So copy, 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 and align. That one actually did look like it's pretty well aligned, but you know what? I want it to be perfect. So I'm going to select all of them, hit my alignment button, hit the center, and they're all in a nice straight line. And do it for the final length of my Acropolis. Same process. And then select all of them just by touching them and aligning them. Oh, you know what? It didn't quite do it because I didn't quite touch that alignment button. Here's the thing. You've got to be patient when it comes to computers. Sometimes you just don't quite push exactly where you thought you were going to push. It's not the computer's fault. It's just what happened. And so it's really important to be patient and calm when you're working with computers. All right, now I got it that time because I zoomed in. I was a little bit more precise. All right, so now I have all my columns. I'm going to build my roof now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to select all of these and I'm going to merge them into one big shape. And I'm also going to select the floor too. And that's all going to become one shape. So I merge it all together, and I know it's all merged together because it will all turn the same color. So I'm going to select a new color. Okay, now see, my floor didn't get selected. So all of my columns are the same color. They're all also one single group. Okay? All right, and you know what? It's okay that I didn't select the floor because I think I'm going to take the floor and I'm just going to copy it and pull it up with that black triangle. That's my up and down button. So it's sitting right on top of my columns there. Oops. Hit undo. There we go. All right, and I check to make sure there's no gap between my columns and my roof. Now the Acropolis has a pointed roof. So whoopsies. So I'm going to grab the roof shape. Remember those dimensions, since they were very specific dimensions of my floor. It's the same as my roof since I copied it. So it is 140 by 100. So I'm just going to type in into those dimensions 140 by 100. So 140 by, get to it, 100. And 100 here, and now it is the same dimensions as my building. Now, I want to make sure that I put my roof right on top of my building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the parts of my building. I'm going to turn that into one solid group. And click the merge button, and it all turns the same color. If I wanted to double check that, I could just change the color. Oh, nope, see, it didn't all change the same color. So I need to grab that top part, merge it, turns all the same color. Okay, cool. So then I can take my roof and take my building and do the alignment and center this way and center it this way. And I just do that by actually touching one of the buttons on the side. And now it is perfectly in the middle. But I want that roof, that triangle roof shape a little bit higher so that it sits right on top. Zoom in to check that there are no gaps. There we go. Okay, so that is perfectly the way I want it. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I need to cut out a little bit of an inset at the front of my building. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this roof, pull it off to the side so I can work with it, turn it into a hole by that little hole button there where the color is, scale it, place it, and placing it's a little tricky because I got to get it just right, and merge it, and there it is, sitting perfectly exactly where I wanted it to have that little hole there. Oh, you know what? It's not quite centered. So I am going to align the two roofs so that they are centered, and now that is perfectly centered. Great. Okay, so now I'm ready to take my screenshot. I do want to go ahead and turn it into like a monument color, so I'm going to turn it into that like gray that most monuments are. So I recommend doing that. All right, then hit the AR button. And you can put it on just a clean table, or you could have put it on like a green fabric or a green piece of paper, or make an environment, or you can just get a nice good screenshot on your building plane here. You do want to angle it in such a way that it really shows up. That is not what you want, okay? I pushed the home button, it zoomed it way in. It is not what I want. I want to be able to really see what this building is. So I take a screenshot, open that up, crop it down, and then it is ready to be turned in to Canvas. Saved photos, and then you can turn it into Canvas. Now, one last thing that I do want to show you guys is how to make an arch. So let's create a new design, because building an arch is really important for a lot of the buildings. So I'm going to create a new design, and I'm going to build it, take a box, make it nice and big, go down to the round roof, make that nice and big and arch-like, turn it into a hole, and you do want to stretch it out so it's bigger than the box that you are cutting the hole out of. Align it nice and centered there so it cuts all the way through, and then merge it. And there, that's how you make an arch. It's going to be super important for a lot of these buildings. Alright, I hope these tips and tricks help you build your own monument. It won't be exactly like I showed you, but it should be helpful. Alright, bye guys!